Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of the Walk In This Way Impact Voice podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. Broadcast once again here from the DFW. That's Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Today, my guest is a Texas native. He is
Yes,
Afro
sir.
American heritage. He owns and
Mhm.
operates OOR Media. OOR Media consists of weddings, events, commercials, and sports. So, everyone, let's welcome Carlos to the podcast. Carlos, thank you again
What's,
for taking time out of your productive schedule. I don't say busy, productive schedule to be here on the
I like
podcast.
that.
Welcome again. So, go ahead and introduce yourself. And once again, welcome to Walking This Way Impact Force Podcast.
Man, I appreciate the opportunity. It's Oro. Oro is Spanish for gold. Everything that I like to think that I touch turns to gold. And then with my other company, we raise it to the gold standard. Um, you don't have, my name's Carlos Leguizamo. Apologize, Mr. Jackson, for the delay. I forgot that iOS and StreamYard don't like each other, you know what I mean? So it's all good. But you know what I mean? But no, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity. Man, it's been a long time coming. And I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
And most definitely, as I thank you. I know you reached out about coming on, and I had post about having guests come on. You was one of the ones, and we connected. We set the
Right.
date, the time, and we're here. And just really take us a glimpse on who Carlos is, man behind the scenes. So take us on this journey on
Okay.
for those who get to know Carlos for the very first time.
I appreciate the question, man. Really good question. So, man, that is a who am I? I am a person that has always thought out of the box. I'm from Rose City, from Tyler, Texas, East Texas, whoop whoop. From the 903, I went to one school system, Chapel Hill, my entire life. I'm an 80s baby. Shout out to all my 80s baby. I'm a Cancer, so if you are July or end of June, shout out to everybody. I just had a birthday, man, so not too long ago. So, it's blessed to see, another year. Man, I like to think of myself as a very creative impresario, brother. I like to think of myself as someone that likes to help people grow their dreams using media, using, a savvy business acumen. I like to think of myself as just a person that's gone through a lot and seeing for life for what it really is and being able to give back. I'm a huge person on charity. I love helping people and I enjoy seeing people smile from the things that I've done. Man, I love to travel. I love food. I've been all over this blue ball that we live on from a previous career that I did for 15 years. Man, I don't know, man. I don't get asked that question too often, man. I don't want to say a hustler. I'm trying to get out of that
Right,
mind
right,
frame.
right. Yeah, yeah, I
You
feel you on
said
that.
productive. I'm not busy. I'm productive. But man, where I'm from, brother, it's still kind of an old way of thinking, man. And I want to be the one to bring my city, my region up to speed, man. There's so much money out here. There's so much things to be made, and especially for people that look like you and um, I want them to be able to see to know that you ain't gotta rap. I mean, there's nothing wrong against rappers. I got my first music video in a long time next month. Shout out to AK. I want them to know that there's so many other opportunities in tech and in the trades. You can be making some serious coin as an electrician, as a plumber. You ain't gotta pick up a gun. You ain't gotta you don't have to get lost. You know what I mean? So it's just something that these types of things and individuals like yourself given the opportunity to be able to bring the light to others. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. I know you like I know you mentioned something earlier. I remember like I said I was born in the 80s too. I was born in 1982. So I noticed that with school, high school, they used to encourage us to go to trade school. And I say trade school,
Right.
well, get a trade in mechanics, plumber, you name it. A lot of people, I don't think people individually down in that they think trade, trade. No, be honest with you, when you get a trade as a mechanic, how much money you can make. Electrician, working on air conditioners, they don't realize that's major money in
Wow.
those. But applying, they look at it as a poor thing. It's not a poor thing. There's a lot of cats who make money on the side. They work for company. Down to that, they take that trade. They work for themselves with
Right.
those trades and make major money. Spit a mechanic working on cars. Shoot, you know how much
You're
money
always
I
gonna have a
mean.
job. You're always gonna
Exactly.
have a job. Always HVAC, plumbing. You know it. I think, brother, it's just one of those things. It's where it's not glorified, and then so the next question you got, I can touch on that a little bit, but I think if more people that are in that world, that at the HVAC, um, electrician, those are things that make the world go around. You know what I mean? And they're not
Hmm.
getting the due. They don't have the budget, and they don't have maybe the know-how to work the Facebooks, the YouTubes, the Instagrams of the world. Because if they knew how to even just capture, 1% of their demographic or their core customer with a good cinematic video or telling them their message, man, I knew, because we live in a video world. We're on a video streaming service now. They would get the due diligence and the customers that they get. But if you don't know, you don't know. So I'm here to hopefully educate those people that are in the trades, that have their own business, and to let them know that there is people that are needing their services. They just gotta find you out. I mean, find you through whatever, Google my business profile with a nice video, your website, all of the above.
Yeah, most definitely. And I gotta give a big shout out to Miss Woods. She said trades are where it's at now. Big shout out to her. Big shout out to Miss Sandra Sweet as well. She said love with a heart. And let's see, Miss Woods said yes, high schools are pushing trade harder than ever for now for these, but not interested in college. I'm glad they are because I remember when I was going in school, they was pushing trades on us, trades. And like I said, trades are where it's at. You can make major money with a trade. Like I said, still mechanic, electrician, plumber. Oh man, it's so much money within that. Like you said, it was going what we need, and it's constantly going around. So never look down on trade. Trade is a great thing, ladies and gentlemen, to have. Like I said, you take that trade and go on business for yourself because you
Yep,
APO certified. I'm telling you,
yep.
you can make major money. You have to change this, change the mindset. Don't allow other people to influence you. Think it's a negative, it's a nasty thing. It's not it's a great thing, and that's where it's at. So let me. My next question. Then gonna jump into it. That's about media. You mentioned we just talked about that. We are in the world of
Yes,
social
sir.
media.
Yes,
Everybody
sir.
has a podcast. Everybody has their opinion on live.
Hmm.
Everybody has it. So we know everybody. So when do you start working in the world of media?
Um, I want to give a huge shout out. He's not going to be watching this currently. I'm going to say his name's Chuck Eubanks. He's a pharmacist. I was in Cub Scouts, man. I was the only kid for 10 years before my baby sister. Shout out to Jasenia, for 10 years. And I ain't had no older brother. I'm the oldest of four, man. So my mom, it
Okay.
was just me and my mom, product of a single parent household. My mom came to this country. My dad passed away when I was a kid. So all I had was books and friends of other countries, Asians, Indians. Shout out to all my Nigerian people, Western African folks. Cote d'Ivoire, you already know if you're watching this. Out of that, the things that my mom put me in, I had a passion for nature. I love animals. I'm a huge dog lover. If anybody that knows me, I will save a little puppy off the side of the street if I could. And I always saw how people were paying a lot of money for these. And even as a kid, I've been always an entrepreneur, having an entrepreneurial spirit since I was as I can remember. And I started, man, I used to build bird houses. It was one of the merit badges that I had being in Boy Scouts and from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts. But that gentleman that I shouted out earlier, he saw something in me and he saw that I was already done with the coursework that we needed to do to get that badge. And I'm just like, do, just so he gave me more, things to study. And then I had a computer lit teacher who lives two doors behind me now. Crazy how the world, is connected. And she started
Mm-hmm.
giving me like motherboards, just stuff to tinker with, man. I was a curious kid. So from that to now, through maybe like college, when MySpace rolled around, man, and then I saw how much people were making, doing these, like I don't know if you remember the MySpace days, but you
Yeah.
could customize
Oh
your
yeah, yeah, yeah,
page.
yeah.
You could use the flashing letters, the cool little backgrounds. Well, all of that was coding, and it was HTML, HTML5. Shout out to all my people that know about that. And then so I took it upon myself, and I went into the public library. I checked out books on coding, on all the stuff that I could know because I wanted to do that. I had a passion for that. Nobody put this on me. I just took what I had already known from as a kid, younger. I was 14 at the time, and I taught myself, this whole aspect of multimedia and design, building brands and businesses. I have another company, but I know we're talking about Oro Media today, and I'm Mexican, man. So I don't know if you've ever been to a quinceañera or anything like that. We like to party. We take the smallest thing and
Mm-hmm.
turn it into a huge event. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I noticed that nobody was recording these events and people were taking pictures, with the back in the day with the Polaroid and the
Oh
little
yeah,
little
I
cameras that were
remember.
disposable. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So from there, I just man, I can't. I think it was like a JVC camcorder from a friend. Man, this is a long time ago. I don't even know if JVC still makes camcorders, but I started learning the basis of filmography, or excuse me,
Okay.
videography, cinematography, and then, gosh, man, maybe in my early 20s, that's when I started doing it as just what we know now as freelancing, just as a little side hustle. Nobody else was offering it at the time, and I just kind of went from there, man. I started taking courses, reading books, um, paying people for the knowledge. I didn't go to college for any of the things that I've done to this date. I taught myself. I paid the right people, the mentorships, the boot camps, the whole nine. And I took it upon myself, man. I'm just a very ambitious person. I have this tenacity to succeed, and it's something about capturing a beautiful moment, whether if it's on photo or video, and bringing it to life. I'm a huge movie buff. I just went to go see Equalizer 3. Great movie. I'm a huge Denzel Washington fan. And even from as a kid, um, I mean, who doesn't like the movies? You know what I mean? I remember Jurassic, Space
Mm-hmm.
Jam coming out,
Oh
Jurassic Park.
yeah.
I'm sitting there like a little kid, just fascinated with this stuff, and I wanted to know my tinkering mind. I wanted to know how it was made. So I didn't have no money as a kid, man. So all I could do was books, and failing. I failed a lot. My first video was terrible, man. It was terrible. You know what I mean? But I learned over the years, and I started Auto Media literally just not even 2 years ago. And with my business background, I've already scaled it to five figures in less than 2 years, and it's a sister company to my other business. But initially, man, my life has been chaotic in professional and personal, and weddings can be very chaotic. So I'm a very patient person in chaos, controlled chaos, and being able to capture the beauty, the vibe, the essence of if it's a wedding, if it's a headshot, I mean, it really doesn't matter what it is. It's just having the understanding of what you're doing. It's almost like it's a methodology of how you're going to shoot your subject, the lighting, etc. Not to get too deep into it, but um, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
the saying. But a video, man, now with like cloud storage, cloud computing, a video's forever. Unless you, because a picture, if it's like an old Polaroid or an actual piece of paper, man, that's gonna wither away. But on these types of technologies that we have now, that picture 1,000 years from now would be our version of hieroglyphics, as if when people came over and were looking at the hieroglyphics or the paintings inside the caves, here in the United States.
And that's what's up. And hey Carl, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. And after the commercial
Okay,
break, we're gonna jump right back in the Q and A
alrighty.
session with you. So we'll be right back after this commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go nowhere.
Hey, oh, damn, girl, you looking good, shorty. Hey, let me get that number, man. You feeling me, You sure? Come on, man. You good? Have a good day. Have a good day. What? I can. Oh, damn. Hey, man. Tell me what happened right there, man. I guess my ribs ain't up, man. Don't worry about it, bro. They used to do that to me all the time, man. But I got a little something for you, man. Just a little vitamin P, man. Change your life, man. Take a few of those, man. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna see.
Wait, what now?
Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way Impact Boys Podcast. We already know this is already September. We're September the 5th,
Hmm.
2023. We are already in the ninth month, ladies and gentlemen. We got August, October, November, December left. And we got to ask ourselves, are we satisfied or where we at in our lives?
Nope.
We get excited December 31st, January 1st. We get excited, oh, new year, this is my year. I'm going to do this and do that. And then we get that false confidence, that emotion. We all been there before. We get those
Yep.
emotions up. And then before we know it, we slip right back into mediocrity. And we still doing the same old things, still getting the same old results. We stop evolving, and that's what the name of the episode tonight, where Carlos is the mindset to win. In order for you to win,
Yep.
you have to have the mindset. Let's go biblical
You
for
gotta
a moment.
change. Right.
Even
Right.
Scripture
Right.
tells us, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by renewing of our mind, that we may know the good and so perfect will of God for our lives." We have to change this mindset. Scripture tells us to meditate day and night, and the more we
Yep.
meditate on the positive, the more we meditate on things that's going to challenge us, the what it has to be, the more what we think about, the body will start acting on what we already thinking, because the mind controls the body, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, we're more focused on that poor man, why me mentality. That's what we're going to experience when we start experience on I will succeed, I will conquer, I am an overcomer. We'll start, those things will start coming together, and then we'll start seeing how we want our lives to be. And so we're back here, Carlos. I thank you once again, sir, taking time out of your productive schedule to
Oh,
be
thank you.
here,
Thank you, brother.
and I appreciate you as well. And that leads on to the next question. Um, when do you decide that I wanted to make media into my own business, be my own boss? Everybody has that. We used to hear the American dream.
Hmm.
Now, when the pandemic hit back in 2020, we know a lot of individuals lost their jobs and then went
Right.
back to the workforce. But they end go Cowboys. I see you got the Cowboys, Cowboy Nation. I seen the cup
Yeah.
there,
Yeah. Yeah, brother.
all the everyday Americans team.
Yes, sir.
So get back focused. Okay. But we know that people started branching out. They start getting to the creativity, the creative flow, breaking the algorithm where I'm not trusting companies but I want to be able to start making my own income. I want to generate my own income. So when do you decide that, you know what, I want to make this thing into my own business, I want to be my own boss, I want to be the CEO of my own company?
Well, thank you for that question, and it's a very thought-provoking question. It's something that a lot of people that need to answer. Um, I always knew that I always thought so different than most people, and that's what I've been told my entire life.
Okay.
Understanding financial literacy, understanding how money works, understanding time as the most precious resource, more than money, more than anything, even your health. You know, I didn't intend, even when I was maybe, because I had my second child at 22. Well, I didn't have a kid, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I became a
Yeah.
dad again at 22. You know, I always knew that I had a penchant to be driven, and I did not have the structure and the discipline at that time to go out on my own. So, for the better part of the next 15 years, um, I saw the writing on the wall maybe when I turned 30, that I could no longer work for someone else to that degree where they could tell me when I can come and go, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, we'll say this, the entrepreneurship, being your own boss, is not cut for everybody. There's, and
Right. Right.
I'm not telling you that what you can and can't do. What I am telling you is that even now, I still have a 9 to 5 because I like earned income. But this isn't a topic or a podcast about money. But I'm just letting anybody know that sees this. It is okay to have a 9 to 5. But what I will say is one, and this is just a little bit of a tidbit, once you make enough money from your side hustle that it makes more than your main hustle or your main job, your 9 to 5, and you have so much money saved up, only you and your financial planner, your tax preparer, whomever, your husband, wife, and that takes care of the bills or the money for the business, they can tell you, you know what, I can finally quit my 9 to 5. I bid you adieu, and then I'm gonna whatever be a full-time entrepreneur. So I just wanted to say that first. But um, I knew early. I mean, almost 20 years ago, Mr. Jackson. I knew that I wanted to walk to the beat of my own drum. I didn't want to make other people rich, other people wealthy. I want to make my own type of legacy where I can have the kind of money that the Rockefellers had, that would have money for 2, 3, 4 generations. The Carnegies, the DuPonts, the Rockefeller. I already said the Rockefellers. Just
So,
all these wealthy families, and it started with one person saying, "You know what? I'm not doing this no more." So that was my moment. It wasn't anything in particular, because again, there's nothing wrong with having a job.
right. Right.
There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. But for me and the way that I am, I can't, and I can't fully be happy within myself, knowing that I'm still giving my time. Again, like I said, time over money, over, you still got to have a health. Health equals wealth, and and I'm still unhappy. I know that I will be fully happy where I am doing any of my companies 24/7. That I will give that 100 hours. I will give that 80 hours. I will eat, sleep, and breathe that when I can do that. But until that day, I have to be able to juggle, which will give you time management skills like crazy. And then what was the you asked me, and then to be my own boss, I think I think you have to have a personal relationship with your creator, your whatever you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
You have to you have to have a deep faith, and being in your own boss is not a walk in the park. You have to have the intangibles, the discipline, the communication. You have to know how to delegate. You have to know how to talk to yourself. So if you're not being led by something higher than you, not even from a spiritual or believing in God, you know, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my children. I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for my communities. I want them to know that there is a lot of money in media. There is a lot of money in tech. That I just need to change one person out of thousands of people that I've met. If I've changed that one person's mind to know, you know what? I don't want to work for said company anymore. How can I be like others that, how can I be the next Elon Musk? How can I be the next this person and that person? I think it takes familiarity to be able to understand and comprehend when you can say, man, I'm proud, and you can hold your head up high and beat your chest and say, man,
Mhm.
ain't nobody can tell me what I can and can't do. Who's gonna fire me? Hey, I ain't gonna fire myself. You know what I mean? So um that's for me, that's what it would be. Time for me, and man, ain't nobody gonna tell who gonna fire me? Me? Nah.
Mhm. And then it's also something that you enjoy doing. It's something
Mhm.
you're passionate about. I know even scripture tells us that a good man leaving inheritance for his children. Get into that mindset of leaving inheritance for your
Right.
children. You mentioned legacy. You know, and even got to give a big shout out to Dr. Miles Monroe. He said that it was in the book or something. He said that we should always think generationally. We should always think about the generation behind us. When you mention
Mhm.
legacy, okay,
Mhm.
how do I want to set this thing up for my church so they can eat off this? Not where we're passing on the debt, not that we're passing on that normal living, not that the normal living. I mean, it's not fair to everybody. Go to school, graduate, build a job for 30 years, and then get the pension, do the retirement, and living a good life. We know that Christ I came that you might have life and have more abundantly. Everybody should want to
Right.
live a good life. Everybody should want to live a joyous life.
Mhm.
Even I heard a song with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre said, "I treat every day like the weekend." That's the mindset, Carlos, we want to get into. Monday, we should treat Monday like it's the weekend. Tuesday, we should treat it like the weekend. You know, we get so excited for the weekend, but then we slip right off into that depression state from Monday
Yep.
to Friday.
Yep.
I want to talk about that, getting out of that, and that's something I practice in my own life as well. I still work. I work nights. I work a midnight shift. I work from 10 a.m. to 6:30 in the morning. So I still work myself.
Woo.
But
Well, man,
I have to get in that mindset, that rhythm of treat every day like it's the weekend. In other words, I'm
I
being
like that.
happy. I'm being joyous.
Mhm.
Not that because the job is what I do. The job is not me. The
Right.
job does not define me. I have to define me. But get into that rhythm of being happy, Carlos. Just want to say,
Yep.
being happy
Yep.
within, having much joy every day when I wake up. Every day should be a blessing when we wake up. That we could wake up
Gift.
and we got another day to take on the task at hand. We know tomorrow is coming, but we don't know what
Mhm.
tomorrow's gonna bring. But we know it's coming.
Nope.
But
Yep.
how
Just
did you
like
get
bills.
yeah, just like Bill. But in your own opinion, see, how did you really just keep that thing going? Where you know what, I'm still happy regardless, even though I still may do my 9 to 5, but I'm still happy. I'm still have joy. I still have peace, and I'm not having that false confidence. So, in your own opinion, how do you get in that mode, that mindset of winning?
Staying away from people that suck the life out of you. Staying away from people that are a detriment to you. Staying away from things, watching things that are like, if you watch a lot of negative stuff, it comes into your psyche. You have to have a paradigm shift. That's a great question, man, because I was that person. I was the person that I was complaining. I was always the person that, oh, this, that, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third. I was always just in a negative and want to pull my hair out kind of thing. But then after a while, you realize like I love life. I love. I'm a huge jokester. I love to laugh. I love animals. I forgot the beauty of life. I forgot to stop and smell the roses because all I did for a long time was work some crazy hours. I was in autopilot. I had forgot to literally stop and being able to enjoy the micro transgressions in our life, the smiles, the handshakes, the hugs, the food. Um, I love tacos, man, and I mean, and not trying to be humorous, but even to sit down and enjoy the food in your mouth and savor it in the moment. I did not live my life like that. I was living for the dollar, for this, for the bling, the
Mhm.
everything, and so much of my life passed me by because I was so caught up in so many things. So that is such a good quote, or not necessarily a quote. People do forget. It's like you live for 2 days, you work 5 days a week to only live 2 days, or really one day. That ain't no way to live. You have to you have to have a plan. You got to have purpose. What is your purpose? Is it your children? Is it your community? Is it money? It could be anything. But if you're not around energies, beings, people, groups, whatever, that are on the same path that you are on, you have no right to complain about how your life is or how it is through the week. If through the week, if all you're doing is just like doing this and just spending your time just wasting your brain away, I can't. I'm not gonna say that that's bad. That's you. I can't do that. I'm consistently always on my phone, but I'm always wanting to learn. I have a naturally occurring passion to. I yearn to earn. I
Mhm.
yearn to learn new information. Not only do I have to be competitive, but I like chess, I like puzzles and things of that sort. I sound like I'm an old person, you know what I mean? But I've always been told that I have an old soul. But if you're with people that are Monday through Friday that are just naysayers and nagging, man, you get away from them. Spend some time alone. A lot of people can't do that, man. They
Right.
have to be around somebody. They got to be around man, woman, like be grown adults, and they be wanting to. They're wanting to like always like do stuff. How can you know what you like? You said the word rhythm. How can you find your own rhythm if you're living the rhythm of others? If you're living in their frequency, if you're living in their mindset, and if their mindset is cancerous, how are you going to know any different? So when you meet people like us, you're going to look at us like, why is he always so happy? If you have to find yourself questioning why someone is joyful, joking, laughing, making jokes, you need to really take some time to look at yourself in the mirror and understand that life is going to pass you by, not just Monday through Friday. And those 2 days, so what if something throws you off? Then you just spent your whole week just being in a bad mood. Nah, man, that ain't no way to live.
I know, right?
No.
Matter of fact, we want to jump into another commercial break, Carlos. It's
Hmm.
already heating up some more because we just tapped on something. So after this commercial
Hmm.
break, we're gonna be right back with the
All right.
mindset to win. So hey, do not go nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, if you're watching us right now, whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, share with everybody. We want to hear the comments. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section. In the comments for the comment section. But most importantly, man, share this podcast with everybody you know, and it's free. Just share it with everybody. We'll jump right back in our conversation.
Write your next hit stage play with Sheena D.
What up, everybody? How you feeling? You're truly stretching 6 phenomenon from WHUR on the set of this wonderful play that we just witnessed for a 2-day event called Crucified.
I knew it was the boy. I don't like him. And I don't want him.
No, Mom. Writer, director, and producer of hit stage play Crucified. That's by popular submission.
I gotta say,
This was a great piece of work.
Damn! Oh, how you gonna be that chocolate with all the muscles and your grill messed up? Come on. Oh my God! It's like finding a Snicker with no nut. I know, baby. I know. Come on.
What are you waiting for? Head over to sdhentertainment.com now to sign up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here Walking This Way Impact Boys Podcast. Also, those in the comment section, I got to give a big shout out to Mrs. Jones in the comment section. Big shout out to her as well. I don't want to forget those who are rocking with us tonight and those who've been rocking with me since day one. I don't want to forget about y'all. I got to acknowledge y'all. I got to give y'all a big shout out here in the air. So appreciate you as well. Big shout out to those who submitted commercials. I am taking commercials, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a brand, we have upcoming events. We have music videos, so people are submitting music to me as well. I would love to play it here on the show where the live artists can view your commercial or your music. And out of that, this also is being recorded. So this episode will be launched on iHeart, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the audio version of my show. So, man, we appreciate everybody for rocking with us as well. That's the thing I look at, Carlos, is if I've been doing this show since 2009. My thing is to be a perfectionist. I mean, I want to embrace this thing 1,000%. Make sure the content is right, the conversation is right, because I'm that type of individual. Like I love to learn. I look at other shows where I can learn, get some drills, get some dropping nuggets I can apply my own life, but also bring to the show as well. And that's what I want to do. Because I never want to be that type of individual. I'm all over the place. Where I've seen some cats, they be all over the place, but I believe in giving 1,000%. Because when you're dealing with the media, the thing about it, we are dealing with the public, right? So whether you're a place of business, you want to make sure you give your customers, your followers, 1,000% of what you do. Matter of fact, I remember I watched the interview with Master P. And he said when he first got started, he said something earlier. You mentioned invest in yourself. He said at that time, Michael Jackson was the highest paid entertainer. So he was curious on how Mike Jackson was making all this money through music. So he got in touch with Michael Jackson's lawyer. Guess how much it was to talk to Michael Jackson's lawyer?
I think it was like 150,000.
25. Yeah. $25,000, and that just to sit down with him was $25,000 to the person who don't have purpose. To them, that's a lot of, oh man, that's too much money. I can't do that. But P had a purpose in mind. He believed in investing in himself. He knew that he wanted to make a better life for his family, get out of Cali projects. So he took that 25, talked to Mike Jackson lawyer, told him what he needed to do, and set him up from there. So when you are about investing in yourself, ladies and gentlemen, money doesn't matter. You would get out there, raise, it don't matter how long it took, you would get out there, raise the money, do what you have to do, because you have purpose, right? So to a person caller who don't have purpose, to them, that's a lot of money. But to Master P, that was an investment, because he know eventually I'm going to get that 25, not just that 25, but I'm gonna get more back in return just with that. So let's talk about, you mentioned that invest in yourself. What advice will you give someone when it comes to investing in yourself?
Man, that's I think I can answer this a couple of ways, and I'm going to use myself as an example. I don't think from a spiritual level, you have to subscribe to something that is more powerful, more greater than you. So I'm not going to be here to spill a religious rhetoric. All I'm saying is whatever, if you believe in Allah, if you believe in God, Buddha, believe in something that is of a higher power, that, Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit, that first and foremost. Always give thanks for whatever you believe in, to open up your eyes every day. That's first and foremost. Second thing is, we keep talking about mindset. You have to have a paradigm shift. And if you don't know what paradigm means, please, Paradigm, please look up what paradigm means. You are literally what you eat. So and I'm so guilty of this. I'm not following that because I eat out a lot and I've gained a lot of weight. But that's neither here nor there. We're not gonna talk about diet. But if you are if you are wanting to invest in yourself to be able to grow personally, mentally, physically, I already said it before. Get around people that are on the same path as you. How are you going to do that? Networking. I don't think
Get out. Get out.
outside.
Get out.
I don't think, and I can put money on this. I don't think anyone in my area networks the way that I do because I mess with everybody. I don't care if you're black, Asian, white, whomever. If you're tall, short, you have $1 million company. If you have a $10 company, I want to meet you. I want to know your story. I want to know how I can help you. That's the kind of energy that I give out. Now, to some, that might not necessarily be true, but I can't worry about that. You know what I mean? Another thing that reading, I I said it before earlier. When I was a kid, I didn't have nobody. I didn't have no siblings. I didn't have no cousins. I got a huge family, but um, all I had was books. If you don't feed your brain, if you don't feed yourself knowledge and appropriate knowledge, and even question what you are reading, um, 48 Laws of Power, anything Robert Greene, you can't go wrong. Robert Kiyosaki, Les Brown, Zig Ziglar. I can go on and on about all these people, but then just read about others. Read about. I mean, that's where it got to me, or that is where how I got to where I am today was because being able to divulge and understand this information about culture, about finances, a bunch of other stuff, um, physical fitness, or I don't work out like that, but I do love to go walking. It's not that I don't want to. Time management is very important. But seek out if you didn't go to college, that's okay. We have this. We have phones. I got two phones, man. I got a personal and then I got a business phone. But my point is, instead of being on Facebook all day scrolling and looking at some bullcorn, look at some stuff on YouTube that's free. Look at things that how to make X amount of money or how to start an e-commerce store, how to start drop shipping. Everything is there. Everything is there. You do not have to pay a lot of money to gain knowledge. Ask questions. Seek out a mentor.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
I can go on and on and on. But if I had to say the three biggest things, networking, mind the company that you keep, because if I'm around six bums, I'm gonna be the seventh one. But if I'm around six millionaires, I might be. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna be a millionaire, but at least I want to know. You have to know people above you, beside you, and below you because these people you can bring up to here, and the people that are right here, y'all can share the same similarities and embrace the differences. I mean, excuse me, embrace the similarities, respect the differences. But the people that are here, you were once down here. You know what I mean? It's a cycle that you have to repeat, and not a vicious one. You have to be up here and be able to pull up other people. You know what I mean? So the only way that you can do that is either and the third thing, learn how to communicate. I don't know anything else. If anybody that takes anything away from this, if you don't know how to talk to yourself, if you don't know how to talk to others, you're not gonna do very well in business or in anything in life. You got to
Yeah,
learn the pillars of communication.
yeah, most definitely that stuff. And I just want to also know mention this one too, basically like get out your environment. When I say get out your environment, get out your net, start going different places. Per
Yes.
se. Go places that you never experienced before, especially here in the DFW. There's a lot of places here that you can go attend. Just
Hmm.
get out your comfort zone. I had
Yep.
posted this on my page too. When you love yourself, you'll upgrade yourself. Because the more you start loving yourself, the more you'll start getting ideas. You'll start improving in a lot of areas in your life. When it comes to your hygiene, uh, having more structure. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Having more structure, organizing. Because that's because you're embracing who you are. So I'm just
Right,
throwing that
right,
stuff
right.
out there. But go different places. Google different places to go, ladies and gentlemen. Just get a fresh new outlook on life. Get that renewal going. It's plenty of
Right,
places for you to go to attend. Matter of fact, it was an event I got invited to today, but I couldn't go today because I had my schedule already planned out. When I went to go see the Equalizer 3 today, so that was already on my schedule. But it was events that were happening. I think every day always got something going on. Meet new people. Oh man, I also want to bring this up. If you are working a 9 to 5, this is not brown nose, ladies and gentlemen. Start asking questions. Start asking questions. Get around people who've been on your job for how many years. It's just gonna help you out too. I'm telling you.
yep.
Break away from those who complain so much on that job. Get with
Mm-hmm,
those that's in leadership. Ask
mm-hmm.
questions. Learn the job. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. When something comes up, they always gonna bring you up. And a lot of people get mad, like how they get moved so fast? Because of work ethic. You ask questions, you take your I'm just throwing stuff out there, but break away from those naysayers, break away from those who don't have, you know why those they complain, Carlos? Because they don't have no purpose, they don't have no vision,
They don't know who they are.
they don't have no drive. They don't, like you said, they don't know who they are. So we have to break away from those. Break away from the people. It's not wrong with having fun, ladies and gentlemen. But when you're on a mission, you have an assignment for your life, you will put the temporary fun on hold for a little while. So so I'm working on
Man,
having, go ahead.
so many people don't. No, no, no. I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just, man, that people don't want to do that, man. They don't want to sacrifice in order to get ahead, man. And they don't want to.
And that's important. You have to put this sacrifice. I mean, sacrifice. You know what? We had to talk about this too when I was at work, and I said what it is. Now that individuals they want the success, but they want to be comfortable at the same time. They want the success,
No, that don't work.
but it takes, like I said, it takes time,
Hmm.
resources, and I tell people all the time. I know I work overtime on my job, and I do doubles. But in order for me to get ahead, I have to get out of my comfort zone. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? If you got something if you got a goal where you want to pay a bill off, where you want to get your credit right, where you want to buy a house, whatever you want, whatever you envision, ladies and gentlemen, the world is yours. It's up to you. You are the CEO. You are the boss. This is your life. Don't allow
Hmm.
anything or anyone to control you. And that's something we have to break away from too, Carlos. Breaking the algorithm. Get out that mindset of what people say. You usually hear this go, well, what would the neighbors say? What would the neighbors say? We was always programmed to worry about what other people say. If you looked at Jesus when he walked the earth, Jesus was not moved by people's opinions. A lot of the great leaders were not moved by people's opinions. They knew their
Oh,
assignment, they knew their mission. And and to be honest with you, I'm tell you this: everybody's not gonna rock with you, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's not
no.
gonna. This road to success can be very, very long. I'm gonna put it out there. This
I
road
said
to
that.
success can be very, very
Yep.
lonely. And are you ready for that? There's gonna be some days when you're not gonna have no friends. It's gonna be some days when you're not gonna be dating. I'm just telling you, this is not for everybody. It's gonna be some days you're gonna be spending by yourself, but it's okay. I love spending time with myself because you know why? I'm getting to know Furman. The more I get to know Furman, I realize how dangerous this dude really is. This Furman I'm learn. People may think I'm saying crazy. I don't care. But this Furman I'm learning this is a very dangerous dude. This dude is way different from what I thought it was. But man, have fun spending time with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I always do that. I know we're having a good time, Carl. You just bring it to a whole another level. So you are in the media business. You don't just do weddings, you do commercials, you do sports.
Yes.
How can people get in contact? We know football season here. You got Pee Wee football, you got high school Friday nights,
Hmm.
you got college.
Hmm.
You got a lot of people want to put these footage together for the next level. You got some. individuals, young guys, they have inspirations to go to NFL. They want to get picked up by different schools and stuff like that. So we know that's here. So how
Right.
can people get in contact with you for bids for your services?
Man, I'm super simple, man. I'm using the old. I don't care what people say. 281-330-8004. Mike Jones hit me up on the low thing back in the day. I learned that and I actually tried that. And super simple. Text me 903-283-8124. Or you can go to oromedia.studio. It is that simple. You talk to me, you're not gonna go through a bunch of other things. Email me. You can go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Oro Media. Look me up, Carlos Leguizamo. I'm everywhere. You can look me up on you Google me. Type in my name. Look at the CarlosLeguizamo. I'm literally everywhere. But the easiest way that you can get in contact with me is just texting me. So if you have a child that is in development to be a sport, or if you're a potential D1 athlete and you want me to record your footage and bring some really nice visuals, because not everybody wants the hottest thing. Some people just want something simple. I work with our budgets. Text me 903-283-8124.
Hey, that's it, man. Hey, y'all jump on it and just be about it. And I got to give a big shout out to Minister Chance. Big shout out to him in the comment section. Big shout out to Lashina. Big shout out to her from our hometown of Mobile, Alabama as well. Big shout out to Miss Stokes in the comment section. She said just good such good information. Big shout out to her.
Hey, Miss
And big shout
Stokes.
out to Minister Chance. Man, big shout out to everybody who timing in on everything. Yeah, man. Hey, spend time with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. I spend time with myself. I'm learning myself. I learn, and now that let me tell you this: when you learn yourself, you don't lower your standards for anybody. I don't care how they
Nah.
look or how they smell. You don't lower your standards for anybody because you know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't come down for anybody. I remember I'm going biblical for. I remember Nehemiah. And those who were familiar with Nehemiah in the Bible, he went back, rebuilt a wall. So distractions gonna come. So it was
Yep.
these individuals trying to come and get Nehemiah down. Nehemiah said, "Why I'm doing?" He was doing a good paraphrase. He said, "I'm doing a good work. Why do I need to come down for you? Because if I come down for you, I'm gonna get distracted and I'm gonna lose sight on what I'm doing. So when you up
Okay.
here, you have people always gonna try to get your attention. They down here, and you gotta tell them why I need to come down because I'm doing a good work. When I'm doing work, I don't need to come down for you. Even matter of fact, even though they tried to get Jesus one time, they were trying to say his mother and his family wanted to see him. He said, "Who are my mother? Who are my this and that? Those who do the will." See, distraction gonna come, whether it may be friends, whether it be family members, you name it. I don't want to be talking about this
Mm-hmm.
tonight, but these distractions gonna come from individuals that you may know. You gotta have people that's assignment trying to distract you, but you keep distracted, you keep focused on the task at
Right.
hand. And like I said earlier, when you're on this road to success, you're gonna be on the journey by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So be willing to walk by yourself, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just letting you know, be willing to walk by yourself. I'm letting you know you're gonna have individuals who are not happy for you, but it's okay. It's not about them, it's about you and what you
Right.
want to set out to do. It's about your legacy. This is your life. And always makes up. So I'm passing on to Carlos. So go ahead, Carlos. What you got?
No, you said something. You said a mouthful, man. That's a lot of good. That's a lot of good information. The thing about it is, man, you hit something that is actually happening to me, and and I want to say it's not necessarily happening right now because I don't pay any more attention, but it be your own people, it be your own family that puts their understanding onto you, the way that they perceive you. They put their guilty conscience. They put their limitations on you. Um, you have brought up Master P, and he had hired Michael Jackson's attorney. I remember Jay-Z or Sean Carter, what you want to call him, and he was talking to one of his uncles, and he was like, his uncle had told him, "Why you want to go do that?" If so, in other words, don't ever let even your own family, your granny, your auntie, your mom, your brother, sister, whomever, if they're not in business with you, hey, I love y'all, but y'all got to go over there. Like I love y'all. I love you, mama. Te amo mucho. My brothers and sisters, my whomever. If you know that what you got and you believe so deeply within yourself, your heart, your soul, and you have conviction plus action, and you have a plan to execute it, you cannot let your own people get you. Man, and I don't even want to, man, you done got me. Your own woman. If you don't have a woman or a competent partner, girlfriend, boyfriend that is supportive, and if they don't believe in you, man, that's gonna cause some friction in your relationship. That's why I said you got to learn how to communicate. So it be your own people, your own people in your corner sometimes that they want to support you. They love you. They just don't know how to because they could have never imagined. They could have never in a million years thought, how's that? How's that little business of yours doing? Little business? I'm doing X amount of money. What are you talking about? So when they start realizing that you actually got something, then either what's usually the first thing? They ask for money, or they start talking down on you like you changed. Of course. So I was gonna add to that. You're like a butterfly. You like the caterpillar. Once you go into the chrysalis stage and the cocoon, and you come out the beautiful butterfly, you're not meant to be the caterpillar no more. So you're gonna outgrow a lot of people. You're gonna grow out, and you can still love them. You can still support them. If they have their own business, their own ideas. But how can I do that if I'm giving my money to everybody? How can I save the trees? How can I save the family if I ain't making no money? If I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do? You feel what I'm saying? So you get so many people that put their insecurities. That's the word I was looking for. They put their insecurities onto somebody else, and I'm sure you done went through this. Why you want to start a podcast for what? Like, what you mean for what? Like, because I want to. So, if anybody that listens to this or sees this, no idea is dumb. If you want to make shirts or if you want to start a tech company, just know that's not going to be easy, and stick to your guns. Seek out other people that are like you in the same path. Some people might go right, some people might go left. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all end up in the same place, because the worst thing that you can do sometimes is get advice from people that you shouldn't be asking advice from. So I'll finish my thought with that one.
Yeah, most definitely. Because like, why? That's like asking the question. That's like you going to a crackhead. That's a crackhead. How do I get off crack? What the crackhead gonna tell you? He gonna how you gonna take it off crack? He on crack. That's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be, I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna go to, if a person is broke, I'm not gonna get financial advice from a person who's broke. That don't make no sense to me. I'm gonna find somebody who has the keys, who has the blueprint, and who has wealth of knowledge. I'm just saying, it's like we go get keys. I'm just saying, but I'm just like,
it's good, but it's a good example though.
Yeah, it's like because it's like I'm going to get advice. I'm on crack, but I'm asking this crackhead how to get off crack. He can't help me because he on crack. That don't make no sense. But each his own. But mentorship, we know mentors are out there. When it comes to investing in them, having a mentor, mentorship is good, ladies and gentlemen. Not only that, your mentor has all this wealth of knowledge that they got over the years that they learned, and they pass it on to who opened me that sponge. So as you and Ben, I come across a lot of business people that have mentors, that have people they consult with. So, or in this time of your season, I don't say season, but the time of your life, in this time of your life, do you have mentors? You have people that you go to, Carlos, for advice to take your step to the next level, or how that goes?
Not to beat I don't want to say beat a dead horse, but I was raised I can't talk. I was raised Catholic, and now I'm not necessarily a practicing Catholic. I pray to God on my own terms. So going back to that, how can you, if we are made in an image of something, if we're made in the image of something greater than us,
Right.
so then we have a greater purpose within ourselves, or destiny, or fate, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in. If we don't know ourselves, we have to talk. We have to have conversations with ourselves. You have to have a conversation with Furman. I have to have a conversation with Carlos.
Right.
Outside of that, I don't currently right now. I don't have any mentors.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yep.
I have I had a high level sales coach because I had reached a certain threshold in my other company, and what it takes to get from 0 to 10,000, 10,000 to 50,000, 50,000 to 100,000, and 100,000 to like a quarter million, 500,000, a million, it's a completely different process. So I took it upon myself and I paid this man, and he was worth every penny, to reevaluate what I am doing in sales. Now I don't want to get into the whole business end of it, but
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know how to sell, or at least learn the as or learn the science of selling, because if you can sell salt to a slug, or if you can sell snow to an Eskimo, you know what I mean, like that's the the little things I used to say, then you'll be okay. But currently right now, I'm want to walk to the beat of my own drum. I'm good. Now, at some point in the future, I will seek out. I am not afraid to ask for help. If I have to pay for it, if I have to go to networking events, um, right now I'm being asked to be the mentor.
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
people
That's
are,
what's up.
yeah, I'm asking, people are asking for them to be my mentee, but I got so much on my plate. I don't want to I don't want to have I don't want to have do something. You know what I mean? I don't want to curse. I don't want to
Yeah.
do,
You good?
if I can't do it with complete conviction and being genuine, then I don't want to do it. I don't want to give somebody half of my time. I want to be able to, you know what I mean, invest into that person just as much as anything else. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to. I don't. Nah, man. That's not fair to them. It's not fair to me. But outside of that, if you're, I grew up without a dad. I was a parent, a product of a single parent home. My mom. Any young man watching this that didn't have a father, nothing against mothers. We all need our father. We all need a male role figure. We all need something to that degree. So if you can volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, if you know a kid on the block, in the hood, in the burbs, wherever you live, that is not doing so well, say something to him, make him smile, give him some sneakers, spend some time doing something. You have no idea what that's going to do to that kid over a period of time. Right now, I have some little kids in my life that I just happened to come into my life out of a job that I did, and I got stuck on them. Three little girls is a little bit different than three little boys, but I spent a lot of time with them, and I didn't got. They're not my kids, you know what I mean? But I know I love them as my own. So when a child or a young adult feels love, feel they belong, they have that sense of community, because I didn't have that. Man, it makes a world of a difference, man. Outside of business, personally, interpersonally, and you get them on a whole nother, you literally change the trajectory of their life, you know what I mean, just by being a mentor, just by being a big bro, a big sis, and you get out of yourself and you have that sense of purpose and fulfillment. So
Yeah, most definitely. And I'll just sit here there as you was talking. I know we have a lot of events. You may have people that may come approach you about business opportunities and stuff like that.
mhm.
And I have been approached by different business opportunities, and my answer is always no. When I say no, because that's not where my heart at. I do stuff where I know that I won't give it 1,000%. I never want to take on a task that I would not give
Nope.
1,000% to. And not only that, I'm really building my brand with this podcast. So I really focus on building this, letting this thing grow and get to where I want to be at. Then, baby, Lord knows if I want to drift off to something else, that'd be cool. But right now, my main focus on that. And I just want to say that to people too. if someone tells you no, do not get offended because a person tells you no. And that's what a lot of people do, Carlos. So then if they get offended when they, hey, I want you to come visit, check this out, and you tell them no, they get offended. I don't like business like that. Scripture says, get to know those who labor among you. I need to build a relationship with you first. I don't know you, don't know me like that. Relationship, we gotta learn how to relate. Once we
Right.
build that part up, then it'll drift off to something else. So when people present you a business opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, and that's not where your heart at, let them know, hey, that's not what I'm into. I will support you in what you're doing. That's what you're passionate about, and I support you. But some things I do say no to, Carlos, because I know what my heart at. Am I really? I want more focus more on what I'm doing now, letting that grow in due time and due see how everything go. Hey, it happened. But I just want to throw that out there too, because I know individuals get offended when you tell them no to when they present you with a business opportunity.
That I can completely relate because I've been told no and I've told other people no. But that's dependent on everybody's no is going to be different. If I've my brother, my, I have a problem with the way I say things. I know I have an issue and I'm working on that. The way that I'm can be a bit abrasive, it's not what you say, it is how you say it.
Say it.
So if you ask me for a business opportunity and y'all listen to this, and if I say, nah, no, whoa, I just asked you a question instead of saying, or instead of say, no, thank you for your time. Hey, if you want to get coffee some other time, I would love to listen to you. If you are able to, you can't say no to everybody. There's going to be good opportunities. It depends on where you are in your business, your personal brand, or just even just personal relationships. You know what I mean? People in
Mhm.
church or a boy, girl, whatever. But it's something powerful when you can tell people no, but it's also very powerful when you know that you have the confidence instead of always being peer pressured into saying
Yes,
yes.
yes, that's
You
it, that's it.
right. It's something that like you're astute and you stand on all 10 toes and like, man, I ain't gotta say yes to everything. Now, depending on where you are, don't say no to everything. I have a client. Shout out to Candace Ross. She was saying yes to a lot of stuff, and it was getting her razzled. So
Mhm.
and I was like that too. I was trying to say yes to everything, and man, I was going to events, and it was so bad, and I was just like, why did I come here? Because I wanted to appease everybody. So
Right, that's what I want
now,
to get at. That's what I want to get
right,
at.
right. Now I have the liberty to say yes or no. I have put in the work, the time, blood, sweat, and tears, and I have failed. That's a whole topic in itself, but I have failed enough to know what I can say no to and what I can say yes to.
Yeah, and that's why I want. That's why I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, the pressure, because I said I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. That's what I want to get at because the pressure is saying yes, but then you're not into it. But you said, well, I told you yes because I just didn't want to hurt your feeling. But then that's where the hurt comes from because you're doing something that you was ready to say yes and it didn't work out that way. That's what I look at because it's like, hey, I want to have a good relationship with everyone who I come in contact with. And now that I just want to hear your story. Hey, I want to sit down and talk. I want to hear your story because I hear
Yeah.
how excited you are. But that's be a good thing right there. Or if not, okay, I can refer you to people who are like minded like you. It's a beautiful thing when you're doing something you love to do. That's what's the most important thing about it. So do what you love to do. Do something you're excited about doing. Do something to keep you up. I know everybody great to lead the studio because we go overtime a little bit. My last final question, Carlos. How can the viewing audience? I know you mentioned earlier. I'm gonna do it
Right,
ask you
right, right.
again. How can the audience get in contact with you for business purposes as well? One more time.
Okay. So for Oro Media, you can go to www.oromedia.studio. That's OROMEDIA.studio. Text me. I'm the modern day Mike Jones, not in rapping, but just in promoting myself. 903-283-8124. Look at this name. I got a unique last name. A lot of Carloses in the world, but there's not a lot of Leguizamos in the world. Look me up. Look at some of the stuff I do. I have another company called Oro Digital, so you can find me on there. I'm everywhere on Facebook. I mean, it's kind of hard to miss. I have 14 million views, almost 15 million views on Google and itself.
Congratulations.
As a local guy, thank you. Anybody can do it, but just leveraging what we have. Text me, call me, leave me a voicemail, 903-283-8124.
And that's what's up, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, Carlos had a great time with you, sir. Thank you for taking that time
Appreciate you, man.
to schedule to be with me. Appreciate you again. I give you a cigar. I get ladies they roses, but get the fellas they cigars. So, fella, we need to stop saying I give you your roses. No, tell the fellas I give you a cigar. When it comes to the ladies, tell the ladies I give you your roses. So the fellas, give them their cigars. That's how we're going to go. So we got to do it that way, man. I will be back. I won't be on here tomorrow night. Actually, I'll be interviewed on another platform. I'll be on Boss Talk with Molette. Big shout out to her. Go ahead, Carlos. You got anything you want to plug?
Oh, no, I just want, only thing is can I give a couple shout outs? Do I have
Yeah.
time?
Go ahead.
Okay. So first, thank God, first and foremost, let me be able to be here. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate this. You have no idea how much I really I thank you. Thank you for this. Shout out to Pharaoh and Yaya, my kids, my mom, Lenorilla. Shout out to all the Tyler, Texas. Shout out to the Triple D. Shout out to Michael Baker. I was in a movie, my first little on-screen role. Parole Money 3 was premiered this past Sunday. It's going to be on Amazon Prime and Tubi. Let me, if I may, hold on one second. Got to get this shirt.
Yeah, go ahead, take your time.
Hey, hold on, let me get this
Take
shirt.
your time.
Yeah, so because I'm very appreciative of, y'all see this? This is the shirt that I got from the premiere.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So, and then just shout out to everybody out there that is trying to make it. Shout out to all my clients. Shout out to DeMarcus Johnson, Hoopstar Academy, Candace Ross, CR Inc. Shout out to all the people out here in Tulsa and all these networking groups, Cab, Casey, her network. I mean, there's so many people I'm forgetting. But man, I just again shout out to you and thank you for giving me the opportunity.
And I appreciate you, Carlos, as well, for just coming on the show. Take time for death to schedule to be with me. Like I said, man, we better go leave the studio. I hope everybody had a great night. Hope what was said tonight really resonated with you, really challenged you in a good way. I got a good big shout out to Steve the Dean Williams. I got this from him. He always said, remember the graveyard. Remember, everybody had one thing. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see tomorrow, and they didn't. Remember, let's live life like it's our last. We know tomorrow's coming. We'll know again. But remember, let's live life like it's our last. Like Dr. Dre said, I live every day like it's the weekend. Don't just wait 2 days to live it up. Live the weekend from Monday to Friday. And let's love life. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Honor yourself. Learn. Be a sponge. Soak up wealth of knowledge. There's so much wealth of knowledge around us, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you watch it at, get this wealth of knowledge. Oh, man, watch movies, ladies and gentlemen. Watch movies. Watch the movies. Don't just watch the movies. Watch the gems in the movies as well. It's pretty game in the movies, too. So watch it. Apply to your life.
Yeah.
Also, so watch the movies. Learn from the movie. Get some books. Also, good night. Bitch, thank you, Sheena, as well. Good night. Keep the good work. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, man, y'all enjoy y'all Tuesday. I'm going to enjoy my Tuesday. I know Carl's going to enjoy his Tuesday as well. Enjoy your Tuesday night. I will be back here Saturday morning, 10 a.m. I will not be doing the show tomorrow night. I'll be featured on Molette, on podcast, Boss Talk. Big shout out to her. So I'll be talking with her, dropping some gems for her as well, so we'll know how it's going to go. So I will be on her platform, so I will not do Walking This Way tomorrow night. I will do Walking This Way Saturday morning, 10 a.m. So, man, tune in. You never know. It's about taking to the next level. So, man, y'all be blessed, man. And I will be back here. Carlos, have anything you want to leave?
Man, just if you're gonna start your own company and your own business, learn taxes, financial literacy, and be around the right people, man. And once you get your first big check, please reinvest it back into your business. Don't go buying stuff that you don't need. That's all I got, man.
That's it. Because if you made $1,000, take half of that, invest back into it. Don't take that 1,000 and go to the mall and go blow it.
No.
There's liability.
Yep.
We have to talk about that next time. The access on liability. So we have to do that next time.
Right.
So remember the access, remember the access of the liability. So we're gonna be back here. I'll be back here Saturday. So man, y'all be blessed. Have a great night. Peace, everybody.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too.